Rich Keefe, it's the Dork Podcast. And Davey, it's the Dork Podcast. Hashtag, it's the hashtag Dork Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag Dork. My name is Rich Keefe, joined as always by Davey Eyeballs. He is Ray Von Day. All hail the king of ginger ale. It's Ryan Davey. Davey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm buzzing.
You're buzzing?
Yeah, buzzing. Oh, I'll tell you, won a big 3-on-3 basketball tournament on Sunday.
I saw the photos.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to tell you that if I were there, things would have gone differently.
Yeah.
They only would have gone differently had I been on your team. Because
Sure.
I would have stunk up the joint.
Listen, it's not your area of expertise.
No.
Right? That's not your game. You can't be good at everything, right?
No.
You gotta leave some of it for, the rest of us.
I think, have we talked, what's the least athletic thing that you do?
Well, I can't skate, so I'd say
You can't skate. Yeah.
hockey, skating, that'd be right up at the top.
It's embarrassing that I can't really throw a Frisbee that well.
You know what? Don't beat yourself up. I don't consider that athletic. I consider that lame.
Okay. All right. Because I don't really see, I like, you know what else I'm remarkably bad at, despite looking like I know what I'm doing? Bowling.
Can't bowl.
I am pathetic at bowling.
I'm not good, but I'm not like terrible at bowling.
You break 100?
Yeah, I'll get 100. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't.
Okay. All right. Well then. Okay.
I think I'm going too hard. I think that's it.
It's true. It's not about speed. You don't need to explode the pins. You just need to knock them down.
I'm just trying to make it explode.
Yeah, the ball's gonna do a lot of the work for you.
That's right.
So that's what I'm talking about. But did you have a nice Father's Day?
It was good. I played golf with my father, my brother, and my nephew.
How'd you hit him?
That was good. Speaking of, I did not score over 100, which is a win for me.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting to the point now though where I'm like, I'll hit a ball like I'm not kidding, like 275 plus, like down the middle.
Yep.
And my father will try to like improve upon my swing.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that one I actually did pretty well.
It's like my brother in Christ, like I just hit the ball like 275 down the dick, and you're gonna like give me
better
like, well, you might want to set the ball up a little more inside your front foot. I'm like, shut up. Had a little bit of a draw to it, had a bit of a fade to it. I'm like, shut up.
Like, I'm just glad I can find it. Once I hit it, if I know where it is, that's a W. I'm like, good.
Exactly.
There it is. Same ball in this hole. You started and ended with the same ball. Win.
That's right. And its yellowhead might be multicolored.
I know.
Who knows?
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to
You had a good Father's Day. You're wearing a shirt that says best dad.
I mean, I don't know how official any of these rankings are, but it does say best dad with blue.
And I'm not going to Mandelbaum you, but like I have the same shirt. So
fuck.
Mine's black though, I think.
Maybe it's different per county. Maybe it's like
I think it is. I think that's true.
Has like a best dad.
I think there's also an age and weight limits too.
Got it. Yeah, we're different weight class.
That's right.
Best dads. Take it. Yeah, that's all good. Oh, yeah. So I was trying to figure out. It's time's obviously a big factor, but I've never played pickleball, and I know that's the official emergence of like here's an old guy trying to do sports, but like golf is so expensive, and I'm not good enough at it. Basketball is like tough to find a time to get like a real, like a fucking
a real run.
Yeah, like a real run in. I'm not gonna just like go pop a couple shots. So like, what can I do to like move around? And I still don't know what the answer is to that.
You know what I've had success doing recently is you get like these like $30 like weighted vests from Amazon and just walk, just like a weighted walk.
Take I actually have that. Her name's Georgie, and I walk around with her. She's pushing 40 pounds. She likes to get picked up.
Strap her right to your chest and just do a couple laps around the neighborhood.
That is a good point. You pick up the kids and you're like, why did my legs hurt? It's like, oh, you're walking around with all that extra weight on there.
That's right.
Good point. All right. Right. Next week, in fact, less than a week from now, next Sunday, it is the 10-year anniversary spectacular. It's going to be a 4-hour live stream right here on YouTube. And then it'll eventually be available via the podcast. I'm not telling Davey who the special guests are.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun.
We're going to have special guests. And
it actually works out because I'm actually going to be out of town next week. So the fact that this is our thing is good. It does me a solid.
You're in Sunday night, though.
Oh, yeah. I have to leave early Monday morning, but...
Yeah, so we won't do next Monday or even the Monday after that. I think that Monday I might be out, but we're going to do 4 hours worth of content, and then I'll chisel it up. So if you guys can't watch it on YouTube, we will put it out there on So if you want to send in some questions, it's not going to be like a full Q&A, but feel free. That can be part of it. Dorkpodcast@gmail.com, or you can just jump in the live chat that week as well. So it'll be Sunday night, 8 p.m. start. We'll go till midnight. We'll bring in a bunch of different donkeys to come on and talk about whatnot. So
yeah, and I'm excited to see who it is, because I honest to God have no idea who you've lined up for this thing.
some real surprises.
Come
For
on.
those of you familiar with the Dork Podcast, you'll probably know exactly.
Like familiar faces or like people we haven't seen before, or mix of both? You're not gonna tell me.
I don't know. You're gonna, and each time somebody comes on, you have to guess who it is, and then we'll
Could
see.
you have to give me like a hint though, like a
Okay. Rhymes with Rue. I don't know. I'm not saying it. I don't know. I'm not saying he's gonna be on. I'm just saying there's a chance. I'm just saying maybe he's on.
He could be.
We don't know.
Drew, Mark and Drew.
Mark and Drew podcast. I don't know. Maybe it is. Ryan, do you have a video game minute today?
I mean, we can talk video games for a second if you want to.
It's time for Davey's video game minute. Even if it takes more than a minute.
Yes, sir.
So apparently people are having problems with their Switch 2s already.
That always happens. I feel like every new console has a few snafus for the people that get in early.
Every single one. Yeah, I don't know why you would like immediately buy something like this instead of, just kind of waiting to see what's what. Yeah. People are there's just been this weird trend of people who like buy something and immediately like take it apart.
I don't
just
get
to
it.
see like what all the problems are with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't. That's not for me.
No.
So to speak. But I don't know. But I guess the new Mario Kart is supposed to be really, really good. Yeah. I think it's enough, But I don't know. I don't know if this thing's for me yet.
I was in Best Buy today, believe it or not. A place I used to go all the time.
Yeah. Now it's like a ghost town. Is yours like, what is happening in here?
There's nothing in there. But anyway, they had like signs out front for the Nintendo Switch 2. And then I went in and I was hoping they would have one like to demo.
Sure.
They did not. They had old Switches. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I wanted to get my hands on a little new Mario Kart just to see what all the fuss is about. But
just see what all the hubbub is about. But they're starting to like put out these, they put out a version of Cyberpunk and they put out a version of Hogwarts Legacy. And I was watching the commercial and they're like, oh, updated graphics. They still look like shit.
Yeah.
And it's basically running on like a PlayStation 3 engine. So like if you like lift it up like a Ferrari and it had like a Honda Civic motor in it, you'd be like,
cool,
great. It's like, oh, but you can use it as a mouse. The thing is like a mouse. I'm like, great.
I don't even want to do that.
I don't know if you want to do that yet, but I do love a little kart.
Yeah, I love kart.
Now, what did we say? What did we say was switching gears a bit here? If you said Grand Theft Auto 6 was $100, you would buy it?
Yes.
Yeah. There was this huge thing like Borderlands 4, like they were going to say it was like $80 or something like that, like baseline. And there was this whole thing that was rumored to be like $80 or like $85. No, it's same, $69.99, and
yeah.
But I like the Borderlands games. You like those?
No, I'm not. I don't love them. Not my cup of tea. The new cart's 80, right? $80. But I think if you get it with the system, you can save money.
I think, but they bundle it too, right? It's like 50 if you bundle it.
Yeah, right. It's like $5.50 when you get the thing. But I saw like the individual cartridges or whatever were still $80. I was like, oh,
I don't know.
$80
for like I said, basically a PlayStation 3 game.
When's the college football game come out?
That comes out soon. I think that comes out August.
Okay. Yeah, because actually, I feel like that usually came out before Madden. So Madden
does come out before Madden.
Yeah, it's probably like only a couple of weeks. Because Fridge says he wants to get the new one, right?
Yeah, which means I think we can import.
I wonder if we can, or we just do we have to start over? Because we're in year what of our dynasty now?
6 or 7?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't mind starting over. I was thinking about it this year. My team's having a little bit of a dip. I got some young kids, but the thing that's crazy is like you were like, I couldn't figure out recruiting. Like I put so much time into it, and you're like, no, you just do this. And I was like, oh, and I'm landing like 4 and 5 star recruits now.
Yeah, you just like prioritize the guys you want, max out the thing, schedule your visit.
Yeah, throw the house at them, and then that's it. Set it and forget it.
Get your visits, send the house.
Because that does everything, right?
I think so. All I know is each person you can spend 65 recruiting hours on. So you do the most you can. You can schedule one visit. The other thing with the visit is you can see, you can scout. You want to win the game, but also they have things that they're interested in, and you want to correlate that with whatever you have like an A or an A+ with, and make sure that they visit, or make sure like they have like a coach's brunch or whatever the fuck the thing says on the side.
They go visit some classes.
Yeah, I'm in it for the academics. Like, all right, bud, fine. Then you go
come here to play school, pal.
You know, we're here to win titles at the University of Wyoming. Right. That's what we're here to do.
Wyoming's on a heater right now, but you know, I had a tough, again, being in the Big Ten is not easy.
That is a tougher schedule than UTEP in San Jose State, who I face.
Exactly.
Although we are Heisman U. We've won the Heisman every single year. So
well, it's because you throw for like 800 yards a game.
I throw the ball a lot. I don't run it ever. I never run the ball.
I'm just trying to like mix it up, and like my poor running back is just like by the fourth quarter, like can't move.
Well, we're in a group chat, and Ike and Fridge are like, I use my fullback a lot. I'm like, I don't even think I have a fucking fullback. I have like 4 wideouts on the field the whole time.
I do have a fullback on the team. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, I don't use him. No idea.
He comes up to me. He's actually like running traps and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know who you are.
For 2 straight years, the thing like pops up and they're like, this player might transfer. And it was my fullback. Like, yeah, dude, you probably should. We don't have any formations with you. Like
you're basically a lineman. Yeah. That's all you are. Yeah.
You want to play defense? You can play defense if you want. You're not playing offense. But very good. So, and then Tony Hawk remaster is July.
And the big news there is like Tony Hawk was like, we're not doing it unless you put Bam in it.
Bam's in it,
which
and
was like
a balls ass soundtrack.
And what a great move by Tony Hawk to be like, no, fuck you. Like he's in it. I don't care what you. Yeah. Poor Bam's had a tough run, but I think, you know.
Yeah.
But
he's out of the woods. I don't know.
I hope so. You know. Yeah.
I tried. We talked about this on the podcast. I tried listening to him on with Steve-O. It was a tough listen.
Well, it's because, and again, I feel like Steve-O is just like holier than that. Like, dude, I watched a video of you just doing nitrous.
Yeah.
And now you think because you've straightened your shit out that you're better than everybody. Like, no, some of us just never did nitrous and didn't have to like now present ourselves like we're better than everybody.
He was like really kind of like, I think he felt like he was doing the right thing, but he just really came across as condescending to like.
Yeah, he was like hammering him. He's like.
So yeah, you can't do that. Like you can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. It's like,
you can't be doing that stuff. He's like, the fuck are you talking about?
I'm out here trying to make a living. All right. Y'all ready for bisque? My topic du jour time.
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad you asked. It's the topic of the day. And today, it is the film from the world of John Wick, Ballerina.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour and 5-minute film. It's the 5th in the John Wick film franchise. Last check on Roddy T's 76% approval by the critics, 93% by the audience. We begin as we do with all of our movie and TV reviews, spoiler free. Ryan, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina, did you like it?
Yes, I did. Did you like it?
I did. It's fun. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's very, very enjoyable. It's again, this is gonna sound like an insult right off the rip. It's the worst of the John Wicks, but first 4 are fucking incredible movies. Like the first one and even the 4th. I know we did a standalone on John Wick 4. I forget if we did any previous ones, but like they're amazing. Like they are just balls to the wall action. Every action movie is compared to John Wick. So even saying it's the 5th of the franchise doesn't mean it's not a blast of a time. And I liked it. I went in low expectations and left very, very, very satisfied.
And there are some things we're going to talk about in spoilers that I was like, yes, like I didn't know that this was missing from a John Wick movie, but God damn it, I'm glad we got it here.
We should probably mention this right now, and not to be crass or sophomoric or whatever other adjective you want to use. Ana de Armas, in the year 2025 of our Lord, is she the best looking person in our Earth?
I can't imagine anyone better looking than that.
No.
Like, and not like in an effortless way. Not someone who's just like,
Mhm.
takes them, several hours to get that together.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure like she looks equally as good just rolling out of bed. Like I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Like there is not like a more effortlessly beautiful person on this planet than Ana de Armas.
No, and like somebody has to be the best looking, somebody has to be the worst looking, and then there's just everybody else in between. And I would say, I know everybody has different like
Right.
overall taste or whatever, but I'm just saying, like in general, I don't think there's anybody better looking. I
No,
don't.
and I think it's generally when you can tell when a person is genuinely like gorgeous is
Yeah,
when everyone agrees,
yeah, like
right?
yes,
Like
yeah,
I think of any handful of Kardashians who you could say like, well, no, she's the most beautiful person in the world, and some people are like, nah, it's not really my thing.
more of a fight. Yeah, you get more of a fight back on that. More polarizing. She's not.
This I'm
Not
like,
polarizing. Yeah.
she's gorgeous, and everyone's like, yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
It's the green eyes. I think
Is
that
that
has a
what it
lot to do
is?
with it. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know
you don't
what it
see
is.
like green eyes a lot.
You think they're fake?
No, I don't.
These are the real deal.
But
Yeah.
I would say, to if you haven't seen, you're like, well, I'm telling you, athlete.
She can move around a little bit. She was convincing.
She did a good job.
I was
Even like
wondering.
flipping magazines out of guns and stuff. Like she
Yeah,
did a good job.
she did a really nice job, and it's funny because you can do a lot with the movie industry, and like you can make
With movies these days, you could do anything.
like you can make Bob Odenkirk look like a fucking badass, right?
That's
Like a
right.
nobody. Like so you can do stuff with like tricks and whatever. I'm not saying he didn't put in the work. It's just like you don't have to be a decathlete to do some of this stuff. But no, she was really good. She looked pretty smooth. It wasn't like super choppy or anything. So
Some
she
knocks
pulled it off.
too.
What?
Took some heavy bumps too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not a flawless victory for her.
People loved kicking her in the chest in this movie. She got kicked in the chest a lot
Yeah, she did get
and
kicked in the
sent
chest.
flying backwards.
Yeah, but she gave as much as she got.
Sure did.
She
Sure
gave
did.
as much as she got. The John Wickiverse. So this is actually an interquel.
Yes.
So there's sequels, there's prequels, there's interquels. So this takes place in between John Wick 3 and 4 because
I say
again,
it's more like it's like a parallel thing.
yeah.
It
It's
runs like because there's parts of you see him and it's like something happens in 3 and she sees that happen to him. And then in between those two things,
yeah, it's kind of like Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Rebels. It's like all fucking
they're all kind of mixed in. Yeah, around that time.
Because now obviously this is a minor spoiler or this is a major spoiler for John Wick 4, but I've seen you've already seen it if you're listening to this or have seen the movie, but it's left kind of unclear whether or not John Wick died. Like obviously they're standing over his grave, so you're like he could be dead, but it could also be a little switcheroo. So when they first announced that they're making this ballerina, you're like, fuck yeah, that looks sick. Like they set up the whole thing with the ballerina, and then they're like, John Wick's gonna be in it, and everybody's like, after 4, like how's that gonna work? And it's like, all right, well they're gonna drop it in right around 3. There's even a scene that's sort of like from 3 kind of, and then going into 4, I guess. But it's sweet. As sweet as it is, though, I had no pull to watch the Peacock show. Did you watch the Continental?
I tried to. It wasn't very good.
Okay. Because I'm like, I like this world. Obviously, I love these movies. But then that came out, and I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I think I'll skip that. What do you think of the story? We'll get to the action in a second because that's what these are known for. But like the overall story / plot of what made this thing go.
I mean, it was enough. It was enough to move it along, but I don't think that it's not setting the world on fire. It's not like, reinventing the wheel. It's like, okay, this is the kind of formula that works. We'll go with this whole like revenge thing.
Yeah. And it's like this group, that group, then maybe there's a little something going on here. This person knows something, and then like whatever. It is kind of like nothing. That's not what you're going for, right? I think most people when you go to see a John Wick movie, that's not the most important thing. Did the 2 hours 5 minutes feel quick, long, or spot on?
There was probably like 10 minutes or so we could have lost on this one.
Yeah, because I think it was John Wick 1, I want to say, was like an hour 40, and then John Wick 4 was like 2 hours 40. Remember, it was like super long. But it didn't really feel necessarily all that long. This one, watching it, I think they probably could have shaved some time off. It definitely didn't, like, I wouldn't say it flew by. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the film, but I wouldn't say
there were a couple, like,
yeah,
looking at the watch a little bit, and you're like, how long have I been here? You know,
not fair to compare it to it, but like, I think Sinners was probably 2 hours 5 minutes, right? And like Sinners,
and that was airtight.
Oh my god, it was over in the
Not a wasted minute. There were some things here that, like, there was one thing in particular. I'm like, why'd you do that?
Yeah. Would you call this a must-see movie in the theater?
I think if you in the theater, theater or home theater.
Well, good point.
We could do big theater, home theater, or who gives a shit. I think this is a home theater movie.
Yeah, I think so too. And I would even put that in like, so I am okay that I spent money on this. That's another way of looking at it. So like with theater, you're thinking like, not only are you leaving your house, but you're plucking down $25 or whatever to watch the movie. And then when you're leaving, or you're like, fuck, I wish I just waited till it was at home. Because part of watching it at home, whether you have a sick setup or a bad setup, is like, I'm paying for all these streaming services. I need something to watch on there. Like The Accountant 2, I thought was a great streaming movie. I was like,
that's right.
Yeah. But, and actually, I think I might even have a similar score to this, but like one's on the higher end than the other. But
there's also like there's movies like you could watch on your fucking phone, and who cares, you know?
Yeah. And this is certainly not that.
Yeah,
you want to be able to see.
No, you want big screen. Yeah,
you want a big screen for this. What's your dork score for From the World of Ballerina?
I give it a 5.
Good. All right.
I liked it.
I'm going just a notch below that 4.5.
Sure.
But like I said, I think I gave The Accountant 2 a 4.5, and I have this in my year ranks above that. Like this is more of a hard 4.5. That was more of a flimsy 4.5.
This is a much better movie than The Accountant 2.
I agree. I currently have Ballerina, let's see, 7th out of 24 movies.
Pretty good.
So yeah, so pretty good. If you guys are in the chat, you can let us know what your score is for Ballerina. You can always hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at Dork Podcast. Or you can email us, dorkpodcast@gmail.com. Do you have anything else before we get to spoilers of the film?
Let's get to the spoilers.
Spoilers! Here come the spoilers!
All right, we knew John Wick was going to be in this.
Yes.
We weren't entirely sure how much. There were some reports that came out that were hard to ignore that said there were some reshoots and he was in it more than people thought he was going to be. So I actually went in and was like, is he going to be in it a lot? And I don't know if he was in it like a lot necessarily. So would you say, I'll ask it again in this style, too much John Wick, not enough John Wick, or the Goldilocks right amount of John Wick?
I think there was a little too much. I really did like his kind of like Vader moment where he showed up in that town and people started like boarding up. They're like, oh, fuck. Like they sent the Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, Baba Yaga. We talked about this during the John Wick 4 episode. It's the coolest thing in the world to me, the Baba Yaga. And then I don't think enough people in John Wick 4 were afraid of him, whereas this, they really do.
Everyone was, and basically like, I did like, I was comparing it to like a cool, if you see Hot Fuzz,
yeah,
like the Edgar Wright. So it was very like Hot Fuzz. I really like the idea of like a town, not just like a hotel of like contract killers, but like a whole town where people are like raised there.
Yeah.
And that's what they, because you have you get these factions, the ballerinas, they have their own names. You know, so they have like these like different factions. And then there's just like this town that's like an outlier. There's kind of like a wild card. So she's basically going up, it's like a Hot Fuzz thing. She's going up against like the whole town.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guy who's like what they call him, like the chancellor or something like that.
Yeah. Gabriel Byrne.
Gabriel Byrne. And he's just like, all right, pause. Like we're bringing somebody in, let him do his thing. And by midnight, you can start again. Right.
Yeah.
And so, and again, you already saw John Wick and you're like, all right, I don't know like who this is. Like I thought it was going to be someone else from the world. Right. I thought it was good, but I didn't expect to see him again.
Well, so she meets John Wick, and he's like in this throes of basically John Wick 3, right? Like he's looking to go to like Casablanca or whatever. And then but he talks to Eve, Ana de Armas' character Eve, and he's basically like telling her to like get out of the game.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it was interesting. Like their relationship I found like interesting, but also I was like, you know, he was also then assigned to kill her, and then he also ended up just like helping her. And it's like,
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things that I love about like the John Wick movies is that he's kind of like just does what he wants to. It's within the because there's these rules in
mhm,
this world, right? And you can kind of like, I love the part where he's like, "Is she dead?" And he went, "Well, he's dead."
right.
So like, I don't have to, because you don't have to worry about him anymore. So like, she got him, and you didn't pay me to kill him, so she
Yeah,
got
right.
him, so you don't
Yeah,
have to worry about him anymore.
yeah, exactly. Because you're basically
So
dealing with like these two groups that, you know, Eve's parents, so she's a descendant from like these
right,
two different groups, like the Ruska Roma, but then also like the cultists. And then there's been like a truce on these two like sides.
yes,
So they both deal with all kinds of crazy shit. And then so Angelica Houston's character is back. She's the director.
yep,
You have Gabriel Byrne is the chancellor. So you have like these two that are sort of fuming. And then that's what's great. So then Angelica Houston's character is the one that's like, all right, I'll send John Wick. Like, my bad
yeah.
for this shit. She's like, I didn't tell her to do this stuff. So then she
But
goes,
she's like, she's your responsibility. So
uh-huh.
whatever she does is on you. And she's like, all right, I'll figure it out.
What do you think of Norman Reedus as Daniel Pine?
So that's like another one. Like, you didn't really need him. He
Yeah.
didn't really do much.
He didn't do much. Like, obviously his kid, and then like the way Eve kind of grew up. Like, so that was sort of like, you know, I guess they needed that storyline. But I was also, as I was watching it, wondering, like, what would the movie have been if they didn't have John Wick? Because there was rumors that like years ago they were like developing this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, yeah, maybe John Wick will be in it, maybe he won't be, and then it's like, yeah, he is, and he's going to be in a decent amount. I'm wondering where would they've even gone without him, because it was a cool moment early, and then he ends up being in like the main stuff at the
In like
end.
the last like half hour of the movie.
Yeah,
But like I believe it felt kind of like him at the end was like tacked on at the end,
a little bit. Yeah,
because like he like ultimately like lets her go.
yeah,
And
that's
I
what I
don't think he
found
would do
weird.
that.
Do you think it's because it goes back to our previous conversation? She's the best looking person in the world. That
She could
he's
do
like,
whatever she wanted.
"Ugh."
I would let her shoot me with a rubber bullet.
Yep, sure, anywhere she wants.
That's right. She a lot of hitting people in the pee-pee in this movie too.
You have rubber bullets. What the
And they're
fuck?
right in the dink. Yeah.
Yeah, dink shots. You got to go dink shot if it's rubber
But I'll
bullets.
tell you, you know what I did love?
What's that?
We went from like rubber bullets to guns to knife gun. What'd you think of knife gun?
I like knife gun. Obviously, I like knife
Knife
gun.
gun. Knife gun was where she like. So for those of you, what I'm referring to is her taping a knife to the handle of a gun
Yeah,
and using them both simultaneously.
sick.
To swords, which I know you love,
Of course,
to a fucking flamethrower fight.
flamethrower fight was fantastic.
It was so good. Who thought? And that's
Maybe,
something. Who thought? What should we do?
yeah.
I don't know. Would a flamethrower fight work? Like fucking yeah, it does.
Would you say second best use of a flamethrower behind only Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
That was pretty spectacular. But I would say that like a 1B would be the flamethrower fight from Ballerina.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Sadly, the last on-screen appearance for Lance Reddick.
Right. Well, I forgot
Yeah,
about that and saw
yeah.
him. I was like, oh,
I know.
it was great just to hear his voice, one more time.
Guy was the man. Also, one of the few people that after he died, like literally everybody loved that guy. Everybody loved working with him. Like Keanu Reeves loved him. Like everybody loves that guy. So that was sad. I mean, it was cool to see him, but obviously a sad reminder. Love Ian McShane as Winston. Always fun to watch him pop up. And then, like we mentioned, Angelica Houston back again. I also really love a scene in any movie or show where like the vigilante or whatever has like just a moment in time to collect their weapons, like to like,
Yeah.
that's always good. Like you go into a
Oh.
room and you just look around at the wall of weapons and you have to pick out which weapons you want. They did another great one in this.
They did another great one. And then it led to the first one she did when that shop got like all shot up.
Yeah.
It led to her just having like a belt of grenades.
Yeah.
just grenades. And it was like the last kill of that sequence when she's like got the grenade belt around the guy's neck, and they both fall, but they fall on different sides of the table, and it goes off like behind, and it's like over the top of her and like behind her. That was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was. I also like the scene. So there's a scene where like part of her like training going up is they like test you against other people like in your crew, and like so somebody that I assume like fucked up or whatever. And they have that test where they're sitting across the table from each other, and they have the gun that in all the pieces, and they just like put them in the room together. It's like, all right, the first person to fucking put the gun together
and
like,
shoot.
Yeah.
And I love that the girl's like, I'm the fucking test now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the test.
Like, I am you in like 10 years.
Like, this is how it ends for you.
Yep,
yeah.
It did. All right. So do you want to see more Ballerina movies, or do you want to see more John Wick movies, or one or the other, or neither?
I'd see another Ballerina movie.
Yeah, I would too.
And kind of like the aftermath. I feel like because the same thing happens to her at the end. She gets like this huge price tag put on her head by everybody because she's on the outs now. So
yeah,
in the wake of John Wick 4, like how that goes down, you know, because that whole world kind of gets ripped apart. So
yeah. I still don't know. I think you and I both, at least on the podcast, I don't know if you changed your mind, both think John Wick is alive.
Yeah, aren't they going to make a Stick? They were going to make a Stick movie too, right? Not Stick. With it, did they call him Stick? The guy who like Donnie Yen.
Oh, what the fuck was his name? I forget.
It wasn't Stick. That's the guy from Daredevil. But same deal.
Yeah. Good question. Now let me see what his name was. Kane.
Kane. Stick. Kane. Yeah.
Yeah, Kane. Yeah, I mean, whatever they make, I'll watch. Obviously not the TV show for whatever reason, but I'll watch the movies.
Yeah.
And Ana de Armas, she can pull it off. What does she got up her sleeve here? What does she have for upcoming movies? Because she's probably nothing really.
You know, taking a breath.
Yeah, not much. I mean, she's been in a lot of movies recently.
A lot of good stuff too.
I don't see any like
good
pending movies though with her.
That movie Ghosted, I heard, was not very good.
I watched that and it was not. That was a Apple release, a romantic action comedy with her and Chris Evans.
Deep Water was also not very
terrible.
good.
Terrible.
But I liked watching her in it.
Yes.
And stuff.
I didn't watch the Marilyn Monroe one.
I heard it was just like sad.
Now correct me if I'm wrong. For that movie, I believe she got nominated for
an Oscar or like a Golden Globe.
An Oscar and a Razzie? Oh no, just an Oscar. She definitely got a Razzie nom for Ghosted. I don't know if she got a Razzie nom for. No, I don't think maybe she did. Maybe the movie did, but I think she did get Oscar nominated for that. So that's weird. It's kind of mixed in. She was also in The Gray Man, another movie with Chris Evans.
That's right.
Chris Evans is in a movie out now, which the Materialists movie, no interest in it. Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal.
Zero.
Can you be in enough movies somewhere
Pedro Pascal? I mean, for him, it's just, I love the people who, like Sydney Sweeney, who's like, you know what? I don't know how long this is going to last, so I'm just going to say yes to everything.
I would do the same thing.
I would do the exact same thing.
I don't blame Pedro Pascal at all. At all.
Yeah.
Because he also isn't super young. So he went a long time with not being cast in a lot of things. So now you're getting cast in a lot of things, like fucking do them.
Why not?
And most of the things that I haven't seen Materialists, but most of the things that he's in are good. So it's like, why not?
Why not?
Why not, dude? Anyway, that's what we had to say about Ballerina. If you are watching live on YouTube, jump over to our other link. Actually, we're going to talk about a horror movie that is in theaters now, and also the state of horror 2025. I'll tell you what, it has been, and I think it will be a pretty strong year once again for horror. But
for horror.
Hit us up, Dork Podcast, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can follow along all those places. And in the meantime, Ryan, stay curious.
The #Dork Podcast.